Let's just move on to a couple of other scriptures, and we're going to have to skip a lot of the material here. Let's go to Genesis chapter 35, Genesis 35, and we have several references to Bethel here, and so let's just touch on a couple of the high spots here. Now remember, as I've said, God will not do this for you. You have to do this. You can pray and fast 40 days, and God still won't do it for you. He says, study to show yourself approved unto God. All right, Genesis 35, and look at the significant seed thoughts that we're going to get from Genesis 35 through, well, at least just a few verses here. And God said unto Jacob, this is verse 1, arise, go up to Bethel. You never go down to Bethel, you go down to Egypt, you go down to Jericho, you go up to Jerusalem, you go up to Bethel, not only geographically, but spiritually. So these words up, down, into, very significant to God. So arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar to God that appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother. And then Jacob said to his household, what a message there is in this, and to all that were with him, number 1, put away the strange gods that are among you. Number 2, take a bath, be clean. Number 3, change your garments. You've got a lot of garments that identify with the Canaanite civilization, and a lot of clothes today that identify with the rebel culture. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar to God, who answered me in the day of my distress and was with me in the way which I went. And notice the response of the household. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand. And this part could be very significant today in an effeminate generation that we've got. And all their earrings which were in their ears. How many think it's pretty dumb for men to be wearing earrings? And I even find in Melbourne some elders are wearing earrings, because we've got to identify with the people. Well, I'll tell you this, Jesus never became a sinner to win the sinners. He didn't become a druggie to win the druggies. So abusing the scripture, we become all things to all men to win some. That's just misusing that scripture. You don't become a harlot to win the harlots. You don't become a hippie and rebel, wear earrings and all the stuff that identifies you with the rebel culture to win the rebel culture. You don't have to use their type of music to win them. Thank you. I'll give you that for free. That's no extra charge on that. How many think there's a good message? Anyway, the result was, verse 5, and they journeyed, and the terror of God. Once the household of faith was cleaned up, the terror of God was upon them. All right, a lot of seed thoughts there, all about Bethel.